Hey everybody, this is Mad Matt Carter. Thank you so much for watching the AIWF Network YouTube channel as well as the AIWF Ringside Wrestling channel. If you like what you see, please do us a big favor. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications every time we post new videos on both our channels. It means a lot to us, and thanks a lot for watching once again.
Welcome, everybody, to Pro Wrestling Wire Radio. This is Rick Del Santo, of course, joined by, as always, Uncle Otis. We have a very special guest here today, the Crocodile King, Alan Compass. What's going on?
I'm watching, chilling. I had today off from work, and they are calling me in. So when this is over, I'm going to go in and help them. But I'm like, I have a podcast first, so come in later. So.
It's important to promote your professional wrestling career, isn't it? And get as many viewers as possible, whether 5 or 5,000, whatever. It's very important to get your ass out there and promote, which I do have to say, Alan Compass, you're fantastic at promoting yourself. You're constantly posting videos and stuff on Instagram and social media. You are a workhorse, if you will.
Thank you. I try and get as much content as I can because I feel like people want to see not just what I'm doing in the ring, but promoters probably want to be like, "Oh, good, he can talk, he can cut a promo," you know. And I figure like it's just as important to do that than it is what you do in the ring.
Yeah, I think that it's wicked important. As a matter of fact, yesterday at the Kaiju show, you got Frank, your partner in crime, probably got more. Got more of a pop than you did.
So stupid. That's it. I'm turning into the Jannetty of the group. It can't happen. That can't happen. I'll have a talk with him.
That's not Jannetty. That's not fair to Jannetty. Jannetty, to me, terribly underrated talent. I think it's his personal life that.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, so what's going on, Alan? I heard that you had a wonderful show yesterday. I'm sorry I was not able to attend. I was out of state because my son was moving into college on Saturday, and I was very excited to be unloading that part of my life. Huh?
Yeah, that's exciting.
It was.
It's to send my kids to college.
It's one less kid in the house, and it's a lot quieter already for the last 48 hours. And we got the offer to stay overnight, actually, locally, because my daughter's fiance lives in town. So we got to meet his parents. We had to stay in town to meet his parents, and they took us out to dinner and stuff. So it was an extraordinary weekend, you know. And I didn't get back till late Sunday. So I'm sorry I had to miss the show, and of course reschedule this podcast. But now you got a little bit more.
It was
to
a lot of fun. Every show I was on this weekend started a little late, so you know things happen, and I met a lot of new people. I didn't know most of the people there, so it was very exciting. I got to meet a lot of new people. The match was so much fun, absolutely absurd.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
I think my favorite part was Pete. I don't think Pete was prepared for the Frank is real chance, and he kept turning to me before the match even started, trying not to laugh, and that I enjoyed that very much. I really did.
Right. I believe is it possible you have some special news here today, or no?
I have lots. Yeah, I do. I have so much news.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna drop a video tomorrow, but I got the okay to say it today. I will be debuting at Vanguard. I talked to I talked to Doc for a while at Lit this weekend, and not only am I debuting for Vanguard, but I'm calling out a very specific someone who I have most definitely crossed paths with, but never stepped foot and had in the ring and had a match with. I'm calling out one Mr. Ryan Frost.
Oh no. Are you
Oh,
sure
yes.
you want to? Are you sure you want to do that?
I'm so glad you said that, Rick.
Some would say I'm crazy, but it's
You are.
okay. He's got
mean-
gold. He's got gold. You know, why would I not want to challenge
I
him?
mean, you want to go for the championship, but he carries a big, nice, kendo
does.
stick around and
Mhm.
going to battle with some of the toughest SOBs in New England, and
There's
there's plenty of times he's walked away.
there are some great names over there. I'm very excited to step in the ring with. I'm just going to name drop one other guy specifically who I'd really like to work with. So if anybody's listening, Alan wants to face one Hammer Tunis.
Ooh,
It's on my bucket list.
boy, when you step in
But
it,
I've
you
known
really
Ryan
step
for
in
a
it.
long time. Hey, they say go take on the big dogs, all right?
Mm.
So here we come. I
I
trained with Ryan at TOS,
yeah.
and it was great. I mean, he was there from my very first day of training when I was over there, and he was very helpful to me. So, and he comes over to PAPW, and I see him on other shows, but we have not stepped in the ring and had a match, so he's on the list.
He is a wonderful friend of the show. He's been a guest on here numerous times, and he's quite the ass kicker. Sorry, that almost came out the wrong way. So,
Rick, you better be careful. You'll be having
know,
a match
I don't-
with him.
Rick's
wanna
in the
be
ring
on-
with him next.
I don't want to be on the receiving end of that kendo stick. So,
The last time I was in a match with kendo sticks was probably the only time I ever came home from a show, and my wife was not happy with me.
I was
kendo stick.
wasn't I there? Didn't
Yes.
Yeah,
I was
The
calling the
stick-
action for that match. Yeah.
Mhm.
I
stick
remember
broke.
during intermission, I walked up to you. I said, "Holy shit!" Because your face was
We
all.
broke over my shoulder and then ricocheted back into my face. I, for one, thought it looked kind of cool, but
I'm sure. I mean, it may look cool. Probably didn't feel cool.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
No,
I'm
no.
sure. Absolutely, I could
in
understand
the
how
moment
your
the
wife.
adrenaline was going. I didn't even know what happened.
Yeah.
I walked backstage and go, "Oh my god, what happened to your face?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "Go look in the mirror."
Mhm.
Um,
Oh my God.
I also had a conversation with Doc just this afternoon, and I'm looking forward to some Pure Vanguard wrestling action. I'm not allowed to speak of anything because God knows when, where, if anything is going to happen. But they seem to be having a very good product over there. I like it. I like it a lot, and they've got an amazing roster. So maybe one day you'll see me head over there as sitting in that booth if someone else can't make it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would be awesome.
I'm a big fan of the commentary that you and Mr. Saban do. So
Yes,
I like
Saban is. I love sitting in the booth with the enforcer, if you will. He's and the one thing that I've said in working with him is he always tries to get me to crack during commentary with his one-liners. So he's been successful. So yeah. What else you got
that
on
was
your
my
plate?
That was my debut news. There is so I did want to talk about PAPW has their Hercules Hernandez tournament coming up. I'm excited for that. It is a little different this year. It's taking part on two different shows. So
Okay.
they're on the 7th, we're gonna be at Armada Brewery. And we're gonna have 4 round 1 matches. And then you've got other matches on the card. Your other buddy Marcel is defending his title against one Bull Dread. There you go. And then on the 28th, we'll finish the tournament off where the 2 semifinalists, I guess, will face off in the beginning. There'll be other matches, and then the finals and the final match of the night. But the reason I really want to bring up the 28th is it's also going to be a benefit show for autism.
Okay.
So I just wanted to bring awareness that Paul and Mario are going to run an autism show that night as well. So all the proceeds will go to it.
Is there information regarding that yet that we could talk about here as how many can make a donation or anything like that? Or will that be coming down the road, possibly in a post, or it hasn't officially been announced yet, right?
No, I asked if I could say something because I thought it was important to bring up so people have a heads up about it. I was told, yeah, go ahead, definitely let people know that it's going to be a thing. But they haven't said anything. But I'll see them on Wednesday and maybe make the suggestion of, hey, even if you can't get there, maybe they can do some sort of like donate here. So,
well, I know I won't be able to be there as I'm booked in Massachusetts for that night. So I definitely will make a donation. Just get the information towards Pro Wrestling Wire. We'll put it up on the website. We'll put it up on all our social medias on how any of the listeners could make a donation if they feel need to.
yeah. Speaking of benefit shows, I debuted on Legacy is Timeless this past weekend. I wasn't aware that it was a benefit show till I got there, because it was kind of just like spur of the moment. Doc and Alex invited me down. I was there to really talk to Doc, and I took part in their battle royal. It was a lot of fun. But this is just a fun story because it cracks me up. There was one mom that came over to me with a Roman Reigns action figure, and she said, "My son thinks this is you. Can you play along?" And because I look so much like Roman Reigns, I did hit a pretty good spear, but I just thought that was the most fun part of the day for me because it was so silly.
It's kids, it's you got to make the kids happy. That's what it's about. Good family fun entertainment. That's the professional wrestling I like. You know what I mean? Is when you pay attention. Of course, we don't always get to take part in family fun information. Can I bring up a future show for you? Now, you're going to be appearing at CXW in October, correct?
Yes, I just got the information on that match. I don't know if you already have the information.
I have the information. If I could bring it up here. Just give me a second. I got it. It was posted yesterday. I don't know if it was made public, but it will be after this. Yeah, I know. In this match, now this is
told me about it yesterday.
This is the fun part because
he told me two things. First, he told me he wanted for one guy, but the other guy can't make it, so now the match is different. But he got it already. That's very impressive.
Yeah, well, he's a very quick at what he does. Now, the thing that's exciting to me is that each previous show was only 4 matches. Okay, this is 6 matches. Okay, so it's more like a legitimate wrestling show. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that it's not a legitimate wrestling show, but it is. But you know what I mean. Standard, traditionally, I guess you could say. So Alan Compass will be taking on Dan DeMann, and Dan is an absolute legend in this area, and he's got a great mind for professional wrestling. If you ever sit back there and talk about the history of professional wrestling, your mind will be blown. I promise you. We did that at my very first Bay State show 2-3 years ago, I think it was, and I was amazed at the historical knowledge that this guy had. But the great part about this matchup is that it's to crown the very first Connecticut Extreme Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
Yes. So, small bit of history with me and Dan. We have now faced off twice. Once in a tag match, was myself and Gibbs against him and Stan Michaels, and they got the better of us. Then I did face Dan at Outcast Wrestling Revolution, now it's called, and it was so dark out. Like the lights, we were outside, and they were like, "Oh, I guess the street lights aren't going to turn on." So that was fun. So I look forward to facing Dan in a well-lit area, and that's I had just
But that was the Feeding Hills one, right? Feeding Hills.
Yes.
That was Feeding Hills, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was Rick. Dan. That thing was like in a basement with no lights on.
I'm going to go up against him, and I don't know if the rules are still the same, but I mean, last time I was at any of the bar shows, they pretty much had like anything goes kind of feel, and I feel like that might shift the ball in my favor a little bit. I know
Well-
he's underhanded. I know he cheats very well, but when cheating's already on the table, I mean,
Well,
So-
in Connecticut Extreme Wrestling, the rules are relaxed, and everything is at the referee's discretion, basically. So, I wish you in the best of luck in winning that Connecticut Extreme Wrestling championship. This will be the third show. I do the play-by-play there as well, so I have a lot of fun sitting in there. Those 2 times I did. Now I'm looking forward to the third. That last show I thought was a step up from the first show. It
Yeah.
really was. It was a whole lot of fun for me working in. And my broadcast partner Joey G.
I was
It's a lot of fun.
I was very bummed that I couldn't be there. I think that it might be the second show I've ever had to like bail on. One was like a medical emergency for family, and then this one was. I told them on the Monday before, and I already made sure I go. Listen, I already told them. I sent the text right to my boss. Here's the next date on the Friday night. I don't need a day off. I just had them put me on a day shift. So, but the last time I was closing, and I was like, it shouldn't be a problem. But then they were like, surprise, we ordered the floor cleaning crew that night. So for a strip and wax, I'm most definitely not getting out on time. So I was like, oh my God.
God,
I
that's
was
terrible.
like, and there was no one to like change places with me last minute. So I was like,
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
no,
Yeah, we
but-
definitely missed you that night. It was it ended up being a really good show, and I'm sorry that you weren't able to make it.
Hey, Paul, I'm hungry. You forgot to pack a lunch.
That's all right, son. I stopped off at King's Hot Dogs. We got us some King dogs.
You're the best, Paul.
Good hot dog. This is the life, son.
It sure is, Paul.
But there'll be plenty more. I'm very excited. I have been in the talks with a lot of places. I reached out to a couple places in New York and New Jersey, and I'm trying to get some things in the works. I held off on a couple places because they said they were specifically looking for tag team wrestling, and Gibbs will be cleared very soon, which is very nice to hear. He's been working hard at recovery, and I wanted to go in and have that. I didn't want to go somewhere else and be like, oh, well, now you're in the singles thing again, And I love singles wrestling. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I grew up loving tag wrestling more than anything. I never thought that I would take off in singles like I am, and I love every second of it. I'm appreciative of anything that comes my way. But I'm glad that I actually get to wrestle, tag team with one of my best friends as well. So
I heard that he's been back at working out in at the facility, so the training facility, and trying
For
to get
about-
himself together.
for about 3 weeks now, yeah.
Good. Well, I'm going to be. It's good for him, and I hope to see him return and when he's cleared. So hopefully soon. That'll be soon.
I tend to be there on Wednesdays. I see him there on Wednesdays now too. It's
Yeah.
because most of the time I'm closing during the week because
Mhm.
my job is pretty great. I don't have to do Saturday or Sunday, and if I do, they really need me, then it's like an early morning shift, so it doesn't affect anything wrestling. So it's really the best.
Right. You can still make it to a show. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Otis, do you have anything you want to bring to the table here today?
Yeah, I'd like to get back to his partner, Frank, a little bit. And the reason why I say that is because let's face it, Frank is really over with you. You know, I mean, and I think it's the match. I really wish that Rick could have been at that match yesterday because when you say it was a lot of fun, that's like putting it lightly. It was hysterical. And it just worked out so beautifully that when the chant that Frank is real, I mean, you can almost believe he was. I mean, when was Stan Styles dropped that elbow on Frank, and then Pete Corvus grabbed Frank and brought him over to the counter area where I was sitting and did CPR on him so he could come back in the match. I almost lost my shit. It was just absolutely hilarious. But what I wanted to ask you,
None of that was planned.
It was awesome. It really was, and the crowd loved it, and they love you, Alan. They really do. And I was just wondering, where did you come up with the idea of Frank, and not even just the idea of Frank, but if people follow you and they see your promos that you do, you carry on conversations with Frank that are so realistic that it's almost like Frank is really answering you.
He's real, Uncle Otis. I don't know what you don't understand about that.
Well, maybe the voices in your head from Frank are real, but I don't know about Frank itself.
Bull checked his social security number the other day, okay? I'm just saying.
Did you expect it to take off, Frank? And did you expect it to take off the way that it did? It's become Frank has become immensely popular with the fans.
Absolutely. So when I was at a show, and for some reason my music was the only music that didn't work. It worked the last time I was at that show, so I have no idea. And I was like, all right, well, now what I'm going to do? And the whole crowd, I just heard them going, "We want Frank." I go, I guess I'm coming out to "We want Frank" chant. So I just came through the curtain. But no, I mean, my brain does stuff where it's just like the T-shirt that I have that says Australia on it. And then I woke up and I go, I spell my name Alan, and I'm like, Australia, Australian. It says Australian. I go, oh shit, this works. I'm like, cool. And I put the red on it, and I can have ideas for days, and then it just happens. It just happens like that. Or I won't go into a match like I had the match with Chris Battle, and I didn't think of anything really. I said, here's a couple things I'd like to do, maybe, but I'll run it by Chris. He's the vet. See what we're gonna do. And as soon as we were with each other in the locker room, I was like, oh my God, here's a really good idea. Things just, thank goodness that lucky, I guess, that ideas just popping in my head like that. But
right,
I saw this thing at Costco when I was working at Costco, and I go, I need to buy this. I don't know why. I need to buy. And now it's become, actually, it's a lot worse than I've let people know, because I think I sent it to, did I send it to you today, Uncle Otis? Hank? My child.
Yes, you did. How big is that thing, by the way?
It's not that big. He's like a quarter the size of Frank.
Oh, so it's like a little fat cousin.
Yeah, I have no. So I go to these places and I find more. I can't believe I found so many absurd bird creature things, and I have gathered a collection of them, and it's absolutely absurd. My mom's so mad. She's like, "Really? Another one?" I'm like, yes. You never know when you're gonna need it.
I'm still kind of waiting for Frank to come have his own Facebook and Instagram page. It can happen.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I don't know. I hear the thing. The truth of the matter is, yes, I post a lot. I do a lot of things with Facebook and Instagram, but I'm truly not great at it or know how to get it bigger, quicker. I don't know. So I just post, and I'm just learning. I just learned today when I saw Stan actually post him stunning Frank. I saw that he then went in his comments and typed in the comment just at followers, and then it sends it to all your followers. I go, well, that's cool. I'm glad I learned that. So now I'll do that so that I know people who follow me will see it. I'm
You
still
just
learning.
learned that? You just
I
learned
learned
that?
that today.
It's been around a
Today.
little while. It's been around a little while. Uh, you could also at highlight, and that'll highlight it for everybody that follows you as well.
At highlight?
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
even know why. Why is that?
Don't
a thing?
ask me.
Why-
I cannot answer that question. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know any of this stuff. I just see people do it, and that's why I get tagged in stuff like that all the time. And I'm just like, most of the time it's annoying, but but it's getting people's attention. So
Don't feel
I
bad.
I didn't know if it would just. I
Yeah.
also don't know where it goes. I don't know if it shows up in a message or it just makes them see it when they're scrolling. I just learned I could do it, and it
Yeah.
does something. So,
Yeah. Otis.
I was just going to say, don't feel bad, Alan, because I just learned too. But Rick is always harping on me about, you old man. Don't you
Yeah.
know anything when it comes to tech? Nope, I don't. My
Okay, I
wife
had
does
to-
all that for me.
I had to teach him about 4 weeks ago, how to copy and paste something.
And I still don't know, Rick. You got to show me again.
It's incredibly easy. I literally every day have to send him screenshots. Look, this is how you do it.
When I press copy, it disappears. It doesn't even give me the option to paste. It just goes away somewhere. I asked my wife, where do the copy things go? She goes, you don't know.
I feel like I should just be on the phone with your wife. Say, look, send this copy. Tell him or help him copy and paste this, and then send. The other day, I'm like, just send me this YouTube video, and he's like, I don't know how. I'm like, go to the YouTube video, press share, and then a bunch of stuff
Click
comes
me.
up and choose me.
Yeah.
Yes. It's more hysterical. I'm like, my dad doesn't know a lot how to do a lot of stuff here, but I think he's is he older than you? I don't know. Either way.
I'm 63.
I always
Or
make
I'll
fun of my
be
dad because
63.
I have people that are, I tell my dad all the time, I know people that are older than you, they're doing way more and they know how to do way more. So come on now.
I got in an argument with the kiosk at McDonald's, so Gibbs doesn't let me live that down. Okay, so forget it. I'm just gonna order a coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so I tell him the story. So he's like, "Compass, what is wrong with you?" I go, "I don't know. I want everything plain. I don't know how to make everything plain on this. I'm just getting a coffee. Forget it. I don't care. I'll eat later." So I order a coffee. Then it goes, "Hey, do you want 2 apple pies?" I go, "You know what? Fine. I like apple pies." Yes. The second I pay for my order, they've taken my money. I hear the lady who couldn't help me. She addressed me to the kiosk who couldn't help me. She goes, "Oh no, someone ordered apple pies. We don't have any." And I'm like, "I'm not paying for these." This is why I hate technology.
Yeah, it's technology could be very aggravating. You know how to turn on my laptop and open Zoom and press record, and that's why we're here today. So we're successfully here today. All right. So what else, Otis? What else, Alan?
Well, we have him on the podcast. Maybe we should also. What other platforms people can find you on, Alan? Instagram and X and those sort of things.
I'm bad at them. I'm trying to get stuff on X and TikTok, and I majorly do Instagram and Facebook. I rack my brain real quick. We are in January, February, March, April, May, June. We're in August? Or in August, yes. So the next show I had got canceled, so I got September 7th. I got, oh my God. You know where my notes are? They're on my phone in a note folder that I can't get to. I can't see because I'm using the phone for this.
That's all right. Don't worry. You can always come back and we could always talk about them. You got to write them down.
But lots of exciting. You know what you know what I want to talk about? The idiot Jeremy Love.
Let's talk about Jeremy Lacroix or Lacroix or whatever.
Lacroix.
You're the only one that knows how to pronounce it right.
That's because he almost knocked my teeth in because I said it wrong.
Yeah. Oh my God. So he was very angry with me that I was passionate about this tournament that we're going to be in, and that I didn't talk enough about him. So then we're at Legacy is Timeless, and the creep follows me there, and he illegally, I guess there's no rules in the Battle Royal, because after surviving, almost falling to my death because there's a magician there. Yes, there's a magician at Legacy is Timeless, and he threw playing cards everywhere, and I just almost flipped and died. So I survived that. I go to eliminate Jeremy, and he hits me in the down unders and flips me out of the ring. So, Mr. LaCroix, it's me and him, September 7th. And he wanted my attention. Now he has all my attention, and he's going to regret it because a lot of things. Chris Battle in my last match actually kicked out of my finish. First person to ever kick out of the finish. And I was a bit distraught. Wasn't too sure what I was going to do. But now I'm very sure what I'm going to do. I'm coming back. I've gone to the wheelhouse, and I can be very creative, as we've seen. I can be very creative, and I've got a lot of new surprises. And I figured the Hercules Hernandez tournament, something that means a lot, that's the time to pull them out. So, Jeremy, you don't know what's coming for you, sunshine.
I will be there September 7th for the September 7th show, the opening ceremony for the Hercules Hernandez Cup, and it's you and wow, that's incredible. That's going to be an incredible matchup, I'd say. Jeremy Lacroix is
very mad technician.
Yeah, for being in the business as young as he is a very good professional wrestler, but he likes to do he likes to pull the dirty, underhanded tricks on on a lot of his opponents, and he's not the friendliest guy to the fans either. Yeah,
he's got that stupid pompadour. He looks like an idiot. Yeah.
He needs to bring it down a few inches too. Maybe a new barber. I think the barber made a mistake when he was sitting in the chair. You overcharged him probably too.
But
somebody give him $5 and get the haircut finished.
That's the next person I have to deal with. Him.
Yeah, I saw that too, Alan. That was pretty, like you said,
it's a great
underhanded.
Card.
Well, you had just slipped on that playing
card.
Really
good card, so it's going to be an exciting day.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, there was the world title match between Bull Dread and former co-host Showtime Marcel Williams. So looking forward to that. Marcel's supposed to be returning to the show at some point in the future. I spoke to him about a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know. I reached out to him today, and I know he works a lot. So
yeah, very nice. But yeah, I mean, few things coming up. I'm trying to. I don't know. Well, I don't know if it makes sense. I'm trying to thin the herd a little bit, but also pick up new stuff as well. So there's a lot of bigger promotions I'm trying to get my way into now. But at the same time, I don't want to go super far because I have a lot of responsibilities. So it's I've had the invite to go up to Wrestling Open, but I can't justify that trip. Would that be great? Absolutely. But at the same time, now I've got the opportunity to go to Vanguard, and they get a lot of those guys over there. So it's I'm trying to do it my own way. It's
with Wrestling Open. Now you are, if I remember correctly, in the West Haven area, New Haven, West Haven, right?
I'm in Milford now. Yeah.
Milford. No, that's not that. That's 10 minutes further. But
yeah,
with Wrestling Open, from where I live in Wallingford, it's about 90 minutes. So probably add 20 minutes to that. So on a Thursday night, I can understand, especially if you have to work in the morning. Geez, I went up there one weekend. I said I'd never do it again because the trip was horrific.
it was such a trip. And
yeah.
I don't like driving places myself. I really don't.
Yes.
I'll drive. I don't mind driving.
Right.
But so most of the shows, if I'm picking something up new, I'm trying to get someone else on the show with me. And it's mostly because and I'll pay for gas for them. I don't mind. But if I can avoid driving, I am not the best at it. So
I mean, I don't mind driving. I get some cramps. I'm fat and I'm old, but for the most part, I'll do it. But me and Otis carpool everywhere together most of the shows, right?
Yeah, 99% of the time.
Yeah.
That's bittersweet, Like I really enjoyed driving up to the show with Otis the other day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also enjoy living. So, you've been in the car with him.
I have.
I know you guys are just, you know what?
Well,
right.
like I said, and I know I texted this to you, Alan, yesterday. It was, he always
We love
yells
you.
out, "Know the size of your vehicle." I'm like, yeah, I know the size of it, but I'm waiting for you. You're like 3 inches away from this rig that it's going to take out the front end and me. You're trying to kill me. He does not
I
look
appreciate
pleased.
you. I appreciate it.
No, but you know what though? And then Alan's told 2 kids were in the back seat. Most well-behaved kids I've ever met, I swear. They're like
gosh.
Frankie. They don't say 2 words the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah,
trip,
Frank just
right?
keeps quiet
Frank
driving.
was quiet too.
Yeah.
No, I mean Frankie. Your son.
I got my son's name is Frank. Yeah, and he'll come with us. My older son that's visiting for the summer has been coming to a lot of shows with us. He just sits there. That's it. Now my other son Jamie, the younger one, he's playing games. He's in the back, bothering Matt to court, all that stuff.
Matt loves it because Jamie shares his candy with him.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one thing about having my 9-year-old come with me. He has candy and he's sharing it with anybody that's sitting next to him in the back seat. So,
And it's usually Matt to court.
yeah.
Who was it? Oh my God. It was, I don't know. I was on a road trip with someone, and I want to blame Gibbs, who got a bunch of candy, and it looked like my children had left a mess back there. Like, I was like, bro, I got back in there, all of his candy wrappers. I'm going to drop kick them.
Oh, that's my pet peeve. I always got to clean out my car. My son never cleans out the car. I went to go into the back seat to put, like I said, the trip. I went to go put something in the back seat. There's like chip wrappers and all this other crap. I'm like, what the hell, man? I got other people to fit back here. So it's like,
But I
Yeah.
do know some other things that are happening. I remember sporadically. So, anyway, I've got a lot of goals.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we've got Hercules and Anna's tournament next. 28th is the benefit and the finals for that. Then we have in October, they're bringing back Rumble in Paradise.
Nice.
So there'll be
Is
a
that
Rumble.
where is that going to take place? Don't tell me that's going to be taking place at the training facility because that is a small building for that.
It is, but they do have the JCC in the works for a Paradise, Mania in Paradise for
Okay.
November.
Okay. All right.
So,
So
and
I'm
the
looking forward
goal
to that.
is to try and win the Rumble.
Yes.
The
Well,
goal-
I mean, the
goal-
winner,
The goal is always to try and win.
you win the Rumble, you get a championship match,
Yeah.
guaranteed championship match, and in a couple of weeks it'll be against whoever, one of those two gentlemen, as far as I know.
Yeah,
Wasn't-
and on a big stage.
Yeah.
Wasn't the last Rumble held at the training center?
I
don't-
don't know. They haven't had a
No?
Rumble since I've been there, and
It's been
2 years now.
at least, yeah, you said 2 years, right? I think,
Yep.
because I think you debuted, I think last time you were on the show, you debuted attacking Marcel, and I think that was at the JCC, and that might have been one of the last times a Rumble in Paradise happened, and that was I think right before
did.
that.
I had faced Marcel in my first regular singles match, the show before the JCC. I wasn't on that one, and I
Right.
did attack Marcel.
You were sitting in the crowd with a hood on and a crowbar.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
And that
He wasn't-
JCC looks like a beautiful venue. I saw the video where you had done commentary there, Rick, correct? Yeah, and it
No,
looked like
I've
a
never
beautiful
done-
place.
I've done commentary for one match, 2 matches there.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
As part of, I've never been part of the full-time Paradise Alley roster. I did the Steve Garcia and Nutrius X where they had that nasty ass chop fest right in front of Garcia's wife, and then Jay Haru and Mike Skyros. I had the pleasure of commentating over. So that was that right there. That was an honor to be able to commentate for one of Skyros's matches. That guy is an incredible, incredible talent.
He's on the top of my list. Oh
Yeah.
my God. I hear he just brings out the best in absolutely everybody. Skyros, fun fact, is before I even started wrestling,
Mhm.
just when I've been training, Skyros was the first person I saw on an indie show that I said, I want to wrestle that guy someday.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome.
We were on 2 shows together this weekend, so
Mhm.
possibilities.
That's, I mean, anything could happen. I mean, it's professional wrestling, right?
Secondhand Heroes and Home for Wayward Villains is a comic book shop and gaming store that also features Magic the Gathering and D&D. Located at 18184 Leesville Road in Evington, Virginia, Secondhand Heroes is your one-stop shop for you to get your nerd on. Open 7 days a week at 11 a.m. They don't close until the dice stop rolling. They buy, sell, trade, barter, and haggle, specializing in collectible toys, both vintage and modern, comics, Magic the Gathering, video games, console, and arcade cabinets to play, all set to free play. Host your game night with us. Monday night D&D video game competitions, and so much more. Something for the collector and gamer in us all. Call 434-317-0121 or shoot us an email with any questions to secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. Note, secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. That's 2ND, handheroesva@gmail.com. Come game with us.
What's up, Otis? You had something to say?
I was going to say, I did a potato with Mike yesterday at the Kaiju show, and I just wanted to clear something up because we're business partners. He stated that he said no to do the potato, and he paid me off to do it, or I had to pay him off to do it, and
Wow.
I didn't give him any cash. Nothing came out of the till, just to let you know.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Superstars.
And he also
Yeah, I
called me
know.
Oswald and I don't know what else. But
This
he
is what
couldn't get my
happens.
name right.
This is what happens when you get booked against Minoru Suzuki, right? Now you're a major star.
Yeah, now you're a superstar.
So,
I'm actually really good. I didn't get to meet him in person, but I randomly, my wife got us tickets to an AEW show, me and my son, and I love Suzuki. So like he was there. It was so random. I was
that's
like, all right.
amazing. Is that the one he just randomly showed up at?
Yes.
Yeah,
It was
I remember
so
that.
weird. But
I remember
was
that.
thrilled about it.
I
'Cause
popped.
how many-
Yeah.
What are the, like, how often are you going to get a chance to see that dude, you know? I'd love
I
to
know.
go to Japan, but anytime I'm on a plane, it doesn't go well. Wow.
Someday it'll happen. Did you guys? Did you have an opportunity to watch All In EW show from yesterday?
No, I hear good
No.
things, but I mean,
Well, for the most part, I watched it this morning. I thought that for the most part, it was a really good show. There's a couple things that I could say, hell no, I'm never watching that again. Like, I won't go into it now. There's going to be a whole separate show regarding that. But yeah, it was actually a surprisingly very good show. So if you get the opportunity to sit down and watch it, I'd say go for it.
yeah, sometimes I just like to watch and take some of that stuff in, and there's a lot of really big names on AEW right now. There
Yes.
really is.
Yeah.
I still watch a lot of old school WCW though. It's really weird. I
No,
watch a
there's-
lot of luchadors, and I don't do any luchador stuff, but I really like watching the luchadors.
Just in case one day you want to,
Yeah.
you know.
I was like, yeah, you know, in case I lose my mind further, you know.
I mean, I go back and watch. It's one of the things with watching old school stuff. I study like whoever is doing the play-by-play or the announcing, and it's what are they doing that made them last there for 20, 30 years? You know what I mean? And I listen to guys like Bob Caudle, Bruce, what the fuck was I going to say? Bill Mercer, Mark Lawrence, guys like that, guys that did the AWA, all that stuff. You go in there and it's one of those things you just got to take a little bit from each of these guys and say, what can improve you? And the same thing for somebody such as yourself, wrestling, that watching old school wrestling and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like studying tape, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised. I see some stuff, and I'm like, that's not that complicated. I could do that, and I don't really see it. There's so many old school things that like I just don't see anymore, and I'm like, why not? I like it.
Yeah.
So
Well, everything's a lot flashier these days in our, I guess, in our current era. You know, it's a lot flashier and some of it's a lot more dangerous as well.
I think that's a big reason. Another reason I'm very excited about Vanguard. When I was talking to Doc, he wants it more traditional. You know, it's gonna be more mat based.
More
not going
old
off the top
school.
rope anyway. So
Yeah, more old school style wrestling, etc. You know, yeah, that's I think he put it out there on social media. That was his vision, was to create a more old school style professional wrestling company.
I'm a big Malenko fan. So
that was great.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Malenko and who else is it? Malenko, Benoit, and Regal. Those guys. I watch a lot.
Yeah, Regal's awesome. Yeah. I don't got much else. Otis, what do you have?
I know that you said your notes were on your phone, but I was wondering if anybody that a booker wants to get a hold of you, is there a particular way that a booker can get a hold of you?
Mostly through, they hit me up through Messenger on Facebook or Instagram, either or. I'm on my phone all the time. Right now, the goal is I'm just pushing. I've got a lot of new places that are interested that I've just started talking to. October is starting to fill up, and I just want to keep doing this, having fun. I'm glad Frank's super over. I can't believe we had a tag match together not too long ago. Now I've had 2 tag matches with Frank being legal. But just keep the creative ball rolling.
You also talked about doing about merch when we were riding the other day. Are you thinking of coming out with something for Frank?
My daughter gave me some really good ideas today, actually, and it's just my schedule's been crazy, but I am going to come up with, I was thinking a shirt, some new shirts. I know I wanted to do a limited run of, just because I want them for me. So I said, maybe I'll get like me and my family, like some sort of Allen Compass hockey jersey, and then print 10 extra, and I'll sell those limited. So I have those. But my daughter was like, you should get like Frank stickers or like.
I was just going to say that.
Frank something stickers. Like that. And when I was in the band, we had band stickers, so I can hit up my bass player and see if he can help me with that. Or I do want to get him on a shirt as well, maybe like Frank Uncaged or something, Right. So I'll come up with something. Or even like I looked into plushies, little like plushies of Frank. I got a quote, but like it was outrageous. So I was like,
I've seen that site that you're talking about. They are rather expensive, and then you have to mark them up to a ridiculously saleable price.
And that's the thing. Like, I want to get something. Like, I have the idea. I even made up like I saw a couple wrestlers do it now. I made up a playing card, like a wrestling card, and it looks fantastic from the image that I made it up. But I'm like, and that's not that expensive. I just haven't gotten around to printing it or doing anything like that. And so I'm trying to come with some different ideas, maybe going into by the new year. I'll have a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I have a much better job now, so I can afford to actually do something.
Here's an idea, because I'm kind of a nerd for this stuff, but bottle openers. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's kind of a cool idea, though, Rick. A bottle opener where his beak would maybe what pops the cap. That would be maybe, but with one that has a magnet on it, so you could stick it right on the fridge.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
open to ideas. I'm definitely open to ideas. I'm definitely trying to figure out something, because I'm almost sold out of the other merch. So I'll probably get more of the same. I do really very much like this design, but I do want to come up with a second design. I gotta go get some new photos as well, so I can just have more. I need some really cool live action shots. I don't have a lot of cool live action shots. Like I all my like my regular portfolio picks I've gotten from you or from Smooth One Photography, and those are beautiful. I'm very happy with them. But I think I've only got one live action shot when I was facing Gibbs, and I was like, oh, I love this picture. So I don't know,
Yeah,
something extra, something different.
absolutely. I'm all set. So, Otis, do you have anything you want to close out with, or anything
No,
else?
I'm probably gonna text you though, Alan, about the designing some stuff because I have an art background.
Okay. Yeah.
I was supposed to, when I was younger, go to the Pear Institute of Art,
I wanted
but
to. I just
I kind of blew it off and moved to Texas and ruined my life. But that's another
now
story.
it's better. Now you've got me and Rick to make
There you
everything
go.
better. It's all right. Now you're good again.
So, so I'll definitely I'll enjoy maybe helping you design something with the Frank ideas and also the live action shots. I can go through some of my older stuff, and any video I have of you, I can still shot video and then zoom in, crop, and all that stuff, and maybe I can come up with something for you. So I'll
Nice.
play around with that.
Oh, it's appreciated. It was very much appreciated.
Hey, anything for you, brother. No problem.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Why don't you throw out your social media one more time so that the listeners could find the Crocodile King online?
So it's just at Alan Compass on pretty much all social medias, on Facebook, Instagram, X, and now I don't know what.
Do you have anything on YouTube?
No, I am really bad at YouTube. I have tried multiple times and I screw it up every time. I don't know what I'm doing.
What's hard about uploading
I
a
don't
video
know.
and then Alan Compass against Gibbs? It's easy
You know
and
what's
it'll
hard?
get you. You know what the best
You know
part
what's
about
hard?
that is? You send it
I
to
have-
promoters and they'll
I
see
have
you.
terrible, terrible internet. Like very bad internet. So bad. So bad.
We're going to talk a little bit more off air. I want to say thank you for joining us as always, and of course, we look forward to having you back anytime. You're always welcome here. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. And I want to. Do I have a second to say one last thing?
Anything? Floor's
No.
yours.
Something super exciting I learned. You guys are. I'm very grateful to
Thank
have
you.
the opportunity to come on the show. And I don't know if you know this, but I just found out yet again by accident. You guys are a major source for information so I chat GPT'd my name one time and there was nothing really there, and I was like, that's lame. And then I did it again recently and it gave me a huge biography of it, like 2 or 3 paragraphs. And then I was like, what is this? I was like, this is awesome. And I took a screenshot of it because it was so cool that like you can go in and ask, hey, tell me about Alan Compass. And it showed me all this stuff. And it said found on 3 different sites. And you guys popped up as the #1 source. So like,
Wow.
it's something I think if you guys are looking to bring in more wrestlers or something, like, I think that's the coolest thing, that I can Google my name and it comes up, and you guys are a big credit to that. Because if we talked on the last time about how I debuted at TOS and then I started there and all the things, and it had all that information. It just, I don't know how this technology works so fast and it gets all this stuff, but I'll send you a picture of the 2 paragraphs it sent me, and I just thought it was the coolest thing.
Please
It
do.
really
I want to
is.
see that, and I appreciate you right
Yeah.
there giving us that. Giving that little shine right there. Thank you.
Yeah,
So no,
that
thank you
was
guys.
nice.
So hopefully I can keep doing cool stuff and come back and maybe more people can learn about me, through this, and that means a lot. So, because at the end of the day, no matter how big or small I get, I like getting this stuff out to people and making people happy if we can. I mean, not the greatest business idea, but I did give away several shirts to kids this weekend because I'm a sucker for that stuff. I want to make people happy, and No one was buying the small stuff anyway, so I said, you know what? Let's make some people happy, and I
Well,
just
I
want
know
to
that
spread
Rick
love.
had
It's
you on
all
the show
about-
before.
Yeah, it's all about making the kids happy and making the the fans in the crowd happy and letting
Mhm.
them go away with a smile on their face.
Yeah. Thank you
Well,
again, guys. I
Absolutely.
look forward
Otis,
to this anytime.
were you trying to say something, Otis? Or
Just
did I
that
cut you off?
Alan is family to the.
Absolutely.
You know, you had him on before you and I were together, and here he is again, and we love Alan. You're good
Yeah.
people.
There's a-
I mean,
we're big
Alan, I
fa-
even wore your shirt today.
Oh,
just
what
for
the heck? I didn't even notice that till now.
I
Look
tried
how-
to show you before, but you weren't.
how
You weren't.
oblivious I am.
We're
But
big
there's a
fans
lot
of
young talent coming out there, and
yes.
if you guys are looking for more people, I will tell them, hey, hit up Rick, hit up Uncle Otis. Like, it's such a great show and a way to spread your name. Let people
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you go check out Alan Compass on social media. Like, subscribe, share his profile, send him a hello message. Tell him we sent you. All right.
I
Thank
try
you
and
very
try
much.
and get back to everyone.
Thank you
All
very much.